There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. Hi, I'm Maurice Tanney, and this is another episode of Acoustic Guitar's Campfire Songs. The term campfire songs generally refers to classic, familiar old songs that folks can sing along with to a simple, usually guitar accompaniment. But the tunes we cover in this series extend beyond the repertoire of well-fed cowboys on the open range. But regardless of whether you're indoors or out, with friends or alone, or how you cook your dinner, we call them campfire songs, even though there are no flashlights, ghost stories, or mosquito repellent involved. As a singer-songwriter, I find learning these songs and their history very interesting. This episode's selection, The House of the Rising Sun, is one of the first songs I learned when I started playing as a kid. But the song has been a staple in folk music stretching back to at least the beginning of the 20th century, with melodic roots in much older European folk traditions. The basic melody for the song was nailed down pretty early, but accompanying chords have seen a lot of variations along the way. The earliest versions were generally in Appalachian folk or bluesy styles. A couple of examples are Clarence Ashley and Gwen Foster's 1933 recording titled Rising Sun Blues, and Woody Guthrie's recording from 1941. But among my favorite versions are Josh White's brooding solo take on the song and Ronnie Gilbert's very cool, jazzier three-piece arrangement with the Weavers. Of course, you can find all kinds of arrangements out there in many genres. As always, with campfire songs, we'll keep it pretty simple with open chords in the first position. So the chords we're going to be using are an A minor, then a C with a G in the bass. And you'll notice that I'm deadening this fifth string here to prevent it from ringing. And then we're using a D with an F sharp in the bass, and rather than the F sharp being on the top of the chord, we're putting the F sharp on the bottom of the chord, and that's helping create this descending bass pattern. And then an F, which you could bar if you want. I like to wrap my thumb around the top. And then back to an A minor again, to a regular C, and an E. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk, and the only time that he's satisfied is when he's on drunk. So mother, tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Well, I've got one foot on the Orleans to wear that ball and chain. Oh, there is a house in New Orleans they call